So we do have a former congresswoman in prison in Israel now that was kidnapped on board of that ship, and we also have some U.S. citizens. Have you heard from the White House? Has the White House said anything about this?
No, actually, sadly, they haven't. I've heard from some of my
Have
colleagues
you
in the
have you
States.
contacted the embassy there in Tel Aviv?
Yes, all of the embassies have been contacted. I mean, the American and all of the other embassies that represent the different nationalities that are sitting in jail right now. And there is a lot of work going on. We have some of our coordinators in the United States that were on a conference call today, actually, with the U.S. State Department, and got off very, very frustrated. No, they're not showing any kind of willingness to issue any kind of condemnation against Israel's actions. That basically what they did is hijack a ship of civil. One, first they threatened to open fire against a ship that they knew was full of civilians, completely unarmed,
Well,
uh, carrying
Huwaida,
medicine and toys to Gaza, and then they're not willing to issue any kind of condemnation against the state of Israel. So all
yeah,
they
well,
say
don't
is,
don't feel bad because Israel did open fire on a United States ship and killed United States sailors, and we still don't have a condemnation from the United States government on that one. I'm talking about the
that is
USS
very
Liberty
true.
back in 1967, where it was torpedoed and bombed by Israel. So I can imagine that we still don't have the guts to issue a condemnation for what Israel has done. Now, I was really taken by the statements that you guys put out that you are not the story and you don't want people to forget about your mission and concentrate on the people who are with you sitting in Israeli jails, even though it's extremely important and they must be let out. What is your plan? What do you know? How long they're going to be in? Are they going to be deported anytime soon? Do they have to stay and go to court? What is the procedure? What is going on?
Okay, so out of the 21, me and my colleague have been released, so 19 remain detained. They have separated the Arabs. We had a delegation of five from Bahrain with us, plus two Arab Al Jazeera journalists with us. They separated them from the rest of the delegation, and the latest update is that the Arabs might actually be deported as soon as tomorrow. The other internationals, the Americans and the Europeans, their position was they are not going to accept deportation until they know that their Arab friends and colleagues are out first, because they realize that Israel really does have a discriminatory policy, and that if the Westerners were to accept deportation before the Arabs were out, we don't know what might happen to them. So that was the first condition, is that we are not going anywhere until we make sure that our Arab colleagues are out and safe. Second of all, they want all of their equipment back and trying to get their footage back also before they accept any kind of deportation. And then thirdly, they would like to go back to actually where they came from, but Israel insists on deporting them back to their countries of origin, and some of them don't live in their countries of origin anymore. But now we are also seriously considering a legal challenge to their deportation, because Israel cannot be let off the hook. They kidnap us in the middle of the sea on our way on a peaceful mission to Gaza, drag us into an Israeli port, and then say that we are in Israel illegally, and then they're going to deport us or deport these people. And a deportation means 10 years they can't come back. Now, since Israel controls all entrances and exits to and from all Palestinian areas, 10 years not being able to come back to Israel means 10 years that these people can't go to Palestinian areas. They can't visit Jerusalem. They can't visit the West Bank, Ramallah, Nablus, Jenin, because Israel controls those areas. And so now the people that are sitting in jail, in the Israeli jails right now, are contemplating launching a legal challenge to let Israel know that they can't get off so easily with doing this. But when we said also we are not the story, we're very adamant about that. We appreciate everyone's concern, and they're even calling us from Gaza, expressing their solidarity and their thanks with us and their thanks. And we just kind of say, it's amazing. I mean, it's really the people of Gaza that are able to have in mind our welfare when they're living under inhumane conditions, really conditions that no human being should be living under in this, the 21st century, and they're worried about us. So we're saying, if if our local or respected medias or something, our friends, if what happened to us can help us point to what's happening 100 times worse to the people of Gaza, that is really great. But in terms of us being locked up, we'll probably be let out, if not in a few days and in a couple of weeks. But there are 11,000 Palestinian political prisoners languishing in Israeli jails, most of them that don't get to see their families, families that have not been able to visit their sons, daughters, mothers for years. And then you have 1.5 million Palestinians locked in this big open-air prison that's called Gaza, and the world really easily forgets about them. So really, we are not the story, but it's the mission. And as soon as these, we want to make sure that our colleagues are out safely, and we are going to redouble our efforts to get back. We are not going to rest until this illegal siege is broken once and for all.
So
and
you will
that,
have other missions.
We are concentrating on Gaza right now. I'm sorry. I want people to. We are concentrating a little bit on Gaza right now because the situation is that bad, but we also cannot fall into the trap of thinking that Gaza is separate from West Bank, is separate from the rest of Palestine.
Huwaida, do you have the next mission? You working on the next mission already?
We are. We invite people to join us. Again, we are completely a grassroots movement, and it's only through people's help, whatever they can help us with, volunteering services, helping us to fundraise, that keeps us going. And I think it's why we're so strong, because so many people around the world. It's not just only, the few dozen people that can be on these boats, but it's all the outside support that we can get. So right now, one of our boats was badly rammed by an Israeli naval ship in December, and that ended up sinking. Unfortunately, we didn't have the financial means to fix it right away, and that ended up sinking as a result of a brutal ramming by an Israeli naval ship. That
now
boat
you
is gone,
did have
one of our boats.
You did have another boat, but in Cyprus they did not allow you to take the second boat. What's the story in that one?
Yes. So one of our boats, the Spirit of Humanity, is now being being held right now by the Israeli authorities in an Israeli port, and we are going to work on getting that one let go, but we don't know when that will be. The one that's in the Israeli port, it's a good boat. It was one of the first boats to break the siege on Gaza. It's the boat that we went in last summer. It's a converted fishing boat. It's not the most ideal boat to be able to carry the amount of passengers or the cargo. It really can't carry much cargo. So we're currently actively fundraising. We are sure that the people around the world will step up and help us.
How if someone wants to help, how could they get hold of you?
Well, please look at our website. All our information is there, from how to contact us, how to volunteer, how to join us, or how to help us fundraise, or how to donate to us. Our website is www.freegaza, all one word, .org.
Well, I tell you what, Galloway took about 100 vehicles to Gaza. Maybe one day you will lead 100 boats to Gaza.
I definitely hope so. We are.
That way they're going to send out not just the Israeli Navy after you, but the Israeli Air Force too.
Well, you know what? They can send out whoever they want, because we fully believe that what we're doing is right, and it's based on, again, universal values of human rights and justice. And when we work together as a people, we don't need any of the weapons that they have. We just need right on our side and good people all over the world to join hands with us. And we firmly believe that the power of the people working together is much more powerful than any forces that Israel can bring out, or even the most, the strongest military in the world can't defeat the power of the people. And so if we do get those 100 boats, or even if another, just a few boats want to join us, we're confident that we will constitute a formidable challenge to the Israeli Navy, because the policies they are working to enforce are inherently unjust, and we don't think that they can stand up our determination to break them in the name of justice and human rights for all.
Well, you are a brave woman, Huwaida, and I wish you the best of luck, and I wish I was there with you guys, because that is, you've put in your life on the line. But I guess that's the least we can do for our beloved Palestine. It's easy for me to.
And your role there in media is so important. So thank you for what you're doing, where you are, and for what all your listeners might do when they hear, the truth that you're working to expose. So we really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you, Huwaida. I appreciate you coming to the program again, and we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully, all your friends will be out and comrades will be out soon from the Israeli jails. Thank you, Huwaida, for being with us.
Thanks so much for having me, Sam. Thank you.
Thank you.